Parth and Shrey from the same university, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University in Delhi, and Professor Deo Prakash Vidyarthi from the JNU, from the School of Computers and System Sciences. So this is going to be the brief organization of the presentation. I will start with the introduction section for the beginners and the naives. And then what we did, proposed methodology section, we will describe about that. Then there are many good virtual labs which have been actually come up in the last 2 years in India. Basically conceptualized by the IITs and IIIT, and that is the point from where we got the inspiration to simulate something which can be benefit for the students as well as the corporate persons. So I will just share a brief simulation of the virtual lab for the blockchain virtual lab. Then what we did in our paper, we adopted the agile software development approach for the design and the development of our smart contract, followed by a schematic diagram for a better understanding of the concept, and followed by the simulation snapshots, which we accomplished using the Remix IDE. So just to start off with a very basic, it's a very emerging technology, which has a lot of potential to safeguard the customer data from the professional hackers in the real-time scenario. Because when we talk of security of the data, the first thing in 2022 that strikes the mind of a person is looking for a cryptographic solutions, or nowadays a blockchain solutions. Because not only the blockchain uses the best of the cryptographic techniques, but it also uses the hashing techniques, and that makes it sound, secure, robust, and reliable. So there are two very popular algorithms available in the world, what we call MD5, the message digest 5. There are versions of the algorithm, MD1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The latest one is the 5, what we are using. Even the 5.5 and 6 are on the horizon, and the secure hash algorithms. So they've got a SHA, 64-bit SHA. What we are doing, we are designing a smart contract between the multiple entities, because that is what the aim and the objective of the contract is. We should have multiple parties playing a role in it. And we have proposed a smart contract for the hospital management system, where we'll have the medical insurance company on one side, the customer on the other side, who will be the patient in the future. And the blockchain technology will provide a secure, strong base for connection between all the three entities. So I will just show it in the simulation how we have done it. Now, since this is a seed workshop, so what we can do as a teacher for the benefit of the student, we can impart the best of the knowledge. So there is a very good virtual lab. I will take you to the virtual lab. This is a MHRD, Ministry of Human Resource Development, and now which is now Ministry of Education. They have popularized this virtual lab on the blockchain, which we can share the knowledge, we can share the concept with the students, and make them aware and sensitize them how we can use a blockchain technology, which is a very secure and strong technology for the security of data when the data is moving on the web. Ma'am, is this virtual lab visible? Just a quick yes or no will help me.
Yes, virtual lab tab is there.
Yeah. Yes, the smart contract. Yeah, fine. Thank you so much. So just to initial concept is that it was initially started by Satoshi Nakamoto. He was a pioneer, and he was a very world-renowned cryptographer. But still, we do not have a real name that who is he, because he has never staked claim to his credit, the Satoshi Nakamoto. And he has been in hiding, maybe because of the laws of the land in which he worked. He was not confident of. So the real world of information security is not sure whether his real name is Satoshi Nakamoto or any other else. But by and large, all the literature of the blockchain technology gives the credit to the person by the name Satoshi Nakamoto, who came up with the concept of blockchain for the first time in 2008. So initially to start off with the knowledge to the student, this is what, it's a very fundamental virtual lab for the blockchain. Then there are many applications of the blockchain. Various concepts are there, like Merkle tree is there, proof of work is there, proof of concept is there. But in this research paper, we have talked only of the smart contract. So we've got a smart contract in blockchain. Initially, it was all conceptualized by a technical evangelist called Nick Szabo, because behind every technology, behind every framework, there's a person, a group of person who actually lay the foundation of it. So Nick Szabo came up with this concept for the very first time, that how the contract should be evolved over a period of time. So let me take a quick example from this virtual lab scenario, which is being showcased here. A predefined contract is there, where terms of the policies are agreed by all the counterparties. And these are all hard-coded into the smart contract and cannot be changed without the all parties knowing it. So we'll have a terms and conditions, what we say, a fixed defined policies and guidelines will be there, which will all be wired into the contract. Now, event triggers and the insurance policy execution take place. Now, there could be one event or multiple number of the event. And moment any of the event happen, which is here, a fire has occurred in a house or in a shop, immediately execution of the smart contract will take place and the value or the amount will be transferred to the affected person. So it says smart contract policies automatically executed based on certain pre-agreed terms and conditions, which will be known to the insurance company as well as to the customer. And then finally, the settlement or the payout is done. The contract is executed, the payment is done. And once the contract is finalized, it cannot be modified. It cannot be tempered in between right from the day of the signing of the contract till the time the event occurs. So these are the basic fundamentals beside the smart contract of the blockchain. Now, if you look at this virtual lab, which is very beneficial to the students of BTech, MTech, and the MCA programs, because nowadays almost all the universities have introduced the subject of blockchain. Even in Wien, Guru Gobind Singh University have introduced in BTech and MCA the subject of blockchain. There are many pre-tests here which will be useful for the student, the procedure, how to do it, from where we got the inspiration to design our own smart contract. Then they have shown certain simulation exercises which will be useful for the students of the engineering colleges, and certain posters and the references. Now, coming back to our work, in the proposed work, we have designed an efficient smart contract harnessing the features of the blockchain technology between the patient, the hospital management system, and the insurance company. So that when the patient fall ill and admitted to the hospital for treatment, now in the times of pandemic, we have seen the bill has gone to lakhs of rupees, but it's outside the scope of a normal common middle class. They cannot afford that much amount of money. So if the person has got the agreement or the insurance done well in advance, it will be very helpful to him. So the quick hassle-free easiest settlement can be done by the medical insurance company, and the payment can be made to the hospital on behalf of the customer, or which is the now patient. Now let's take a schematic diagram to have a better understanding. Let's say we have got a patient. He goes and visits the TPA. TPA is a third-party administrator, or we also call it a medical insurance company, which is one. That's the first medical insurance company. Because in every country, under the central and the state government, there are multiple insurance companies that works. So we'll have one customer. He approaches the TPA, and the TPA rules out certain policies for him. The name of the policy, the mode of the payment for the premium terms, maybe monthly, quarterly, or annual, and the amount of the premium the customer has to pay before the smart contract actually gets designed and developed. Same way, we have got another customer. He also approached another insurance company, so TPA, the medical insurance company too, and he also sees what are the policies available and what best suits to his budget. And accordingly, he chooses one of the policy for his own self as well as for his family member. Now, we have got a smart contract coming into the execution where the contract will be signed on the pre-agreed terms between the customer as well as the insurance company. Now, these two players have come into the picture right now. We are still waiting for the third player to step in. So the agreement will be shared. It will be signed on the dotted lines. The payment will be done. And now the customer can avail the policies as and when he visits the hospital, or when he falls ill, or any other family member of his falls ill. So in the worst of the times, suppose in the times of pandemic, we have seen many people have suffered because of in the wave 2, wave 3, and other diseases also. The customer visits a hospital. Now, if he is just discharged in the OPD, he visits the consultant and he gives him the medicine, no hospitalization take place, the smart contract will not get executed. It will get executed only when the customer, which is now patient, gets admitted to the hospital for a minimum duration of 24 hours, and then maximum there is no upper limit. It depends upon the disease which he is suffering from and whether that disease has been included into the smart contract or not. And once the person is going treated well, then he will be discharged and the payment will be done by the medical insurance company to the hospital directly. And the beauty of the entire concept is that it follows the basic principles of the blockchain technology, like decentralization, immutability, and transparency. So it's known to the hospital also, it's known, the pre-agreed terms are known to the customer also, and it is known to the insurance companies also. And they're all immutable. So no one can modify the terms and condition during the policy unless and again the next financial year with policy gets renewed, then yes, again the terms can be enhanced or degraded down. Now we use the agile methodology, which is a software development approach for carrying out the work, and we all know it's one of the most popular software engineering framework, which helps in the good teamwork development. So we have got 4 co-authors who worked at different places, because in the times of pandemic we were hardly coming to the university campus. We were all online connected. So this approach helped us to collaborate and connect with each other, and we were able to design and develop the contract. And I can share the simulation snapshot for it, for the agreement, blockchain smart contract agreement. And we also approached a hospital for carrying out the real-time testing of our application. So that process still going on. We'll share the result maybe in the next version of the conference. And we wrote the code in the Solidity language, which is widely used language for designing the smart contract, on the Remix IDE using the JavaScript virtual machines. And these are the simulation snapshot of the code we wrote. It's all working. And again, for the student, for the benefit of the students who will win the final year projects, and if they want to use the same stuff and they want to enhance it further, we have posted all the code on the GitHub repository. So this is a snapshot of the same. All the code is in the public domain. The students can download the code, alter it, modify it, and enhance it to match to their projects. So that is all from my side. If there is any doubt or query, I will be happy to answer them. Thank you all.
Very interesting work, Dr. Johari.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah, maybe I just have a comment here.
Please.
I have worked on something called, I think Dr. Bharti and me both